Ambassador William Kennard, in your role as US Ambassador to the EU, you're here in Dublin to attend a number of events, conferences, business roundtables on the theme of the Transatlantic Trade and Investment Partnership. Why is this so important to the US government, and does it reflect a renewed interest in Europe in Washington?
Well, it's important to the U.S. government for the simple reason that President Obama's #1 priority is economic recovery. And this is an opportunity for us to deepen our economic relationship with our most important economic partner, which is Europe. Europe has always been important to the United States. I've been in this job for about 3.5 years now, and I'm often surprised when people wonder if this agreement shows some renewed commitment to Europe by the United States. As our president has said repeatedly now, Europe is our cornerstone for engaging with the rest of the world. And that hasn't changed. In fact, I think the relationship is better than it's been in a long time. Barack Obama is wildly popular in Europe, and his entire team has been quite engaged with Europe throughout his administration.
On many platforms yesterday and today, the president of the US Chamber of Commerce, Tom Donohue, has indicated the consequences of failure in seeking a new partnership between the EU and US would be enormous. So governments are on side, businesses get it, but what about the citizen and the wider stakeholders? Is there a job of work to be done there?
Absolutely. That's a really important point. I think that one of our biggest challenges in order to create the conditions for success here is to be able to articulate in a compelling way why this is important to everybody, not just big business, but small businesses, SMEs, and equally important to citizens. And a lot of people are watching this, not just the business community. We have lots of consumer groups, NGOs, environmental groups. Many of them are waiting to see what will be the outcome here, and we need their support. And so the business community really needs to take that on side and work now to reach out to stakeholders and convince them why this is important for economic growth, for the future of our respective economies, our position in the world, our ability to defend ourselves, because economic growth is key to our national security. This is a really important time, and it's important that this not be seen as just an issue that businesses care about. It should be an issue that everybody cares about.
The US economy is showing signs of gaining much momentum at the moment. What lessons can Europe learn, and the countries of Europe learn, from how the United States handled the financial crisis?
Well, I don't know if there are lessons to be learned that translate that directly to Europe. There are some. Because of our federal system, the challenges that we have faced are different in character. The sovereign debt crisis that faced Europe beginning in early 2010 was really a structural crisis, because there was a lack of a unified monetary and fiscal policy. And really the message of that crisis is that Europe really needs to complete its banking union and all of the various components of that. That's why our Secretary of the Treasury, Jack Lew, when he was here a few weeks ago, that was his primary objective, was to urge his counterparts in Europe to complete the work that's been started there.
Ireland has been very successful in the last 10 years in attracting investment from the US, and indeed Europe is the largest destination for US foreign direct investment worldwide. How is Europe going to sustain that, and what are US companies looking for in terms of a location in Europe when they're choosing to invest in Europe?
Well, I have very personal experience in this, because in my prior life I was an investor and invested in many parts of the world, including in Europe. And it's really simple. When you have capital to invest, you look for the best environment for investing. So you look for the best regulatory environment, the best tax environment. You look for an educated workforce that has a good work ethic. Just look at Ireland. Ireland has been phenomenally successful in attracting foreign direct investment, particularly from the United States. One of the things I learned on my visit here to Dublin, amazing statistic, that there's more foreign direct investment from the United States and Ireland than all of the BRIC countries combined. So that's an amazing success story. So maybe the folks in Ireland should be telling other European countries what they need to do in order to create those conditions, because I think you know.
Ambassador, you will end your term of duty as US Ambassador to the EU this summer. You have been here for over a very interesting period of time. What reflections do you have on where Europe is now, and indeed the relationship between the United States and Europe?
I think there's an increasing recognition, both sides of the Atlantic, of the importance of our partnership. And one of the exciting things about our economic relationship is that we have a lot of momentum now. We have a reinvigorated Transatlantic Economic Council. We have obviously the TTIP negotiations, which hopefully will start soon. And this is a function of our deepening recognition that we need each other in the world, that we have to partner closely together. I've been in Brussels during a pretty difficult time, the Eurozone crisis, the serious financial crisis in Europe. And notwithstanding all that, I'm pretty optimistic. I think that the history of the EU and its institutions is that progress is made in crisis, and I think we've seen some extraordinary progress in recent years, and I think that will continue.
Ambassador, thank you, and every success in your new assignment after this summer.
Thank you.